Oh, nope. Hello, this is my audio. Cool, sick. Hi, how's everyone doing? How's it going? Also, I'd love to have a latte, Brian. That's literally what triggered me to start streaming. I was trying to wait until like 7:45 since I ran a little late, and I like to start on even numbers, not even numbers, but like easily divisible numbers. So I was trying to wait the 5 minutes, but then I really wanted to talk about lattes. I desperately want a latte right now. I totally feel that vibe. Um, really, really could go for a latte. But as some people have learned when they visit Philadelphia, it's hard to get coffee late. You'd have to just go to a bar and get coffee. But yeah, sorry I ran a little late. I'm still in the process of moving. So, my apologies for running a smidge late. I had to unpack my car again. But we're just about done. I have a couple of small things left at the apartment. So, tomorrow should be the last day that I have to move anything. But yeah, I could go for like a lavender latte right now. I'm in like a lavender latte mood. Lavender latte with oat milk. Could really go for a lavender latte with oat milk. But thanks for coming to hang out, everyone. We're going to be doing a recap of season 1. And again, thanks Steve for the bits. I know I said it in chat, but thank you. I appreciate you. And yeah, everyone, thanks for coming to hang out. I'm trying to think. I kind of want to put like music in the background, but I don't know what music I could put in the background without getting DMCA'd. It's okay. I'm just gonna be talking. So you know what? Nick has that. I wonder if I could like sneak into the watch together thing that we have. I'm gonna do something real quick because I hate not having background music. It's a big thing for me. Hey Natalie, how's it going? So I'm gonna look for we have a Let's Watch Together link, and I wonder if I could steal the Let's Watch Together link and just play music out of it, because I know that's generally music that we might not get DMCA'd for, even though there is also a bunch of music that we could get DMCA'd for it on there. Um, yeah, this is what I want. How do I just make this loop? I don't know how Let's Watch Together works. I clicked the wrong button. That's for damn sure. Oh, here. Oh, this is random mode. I want normal mode. Autoplay. No, yeah. Alright. If when it switches, I'll just flip back to it. Leslie's been shot out of the airlock. Why do I look like I've been shot? What did I miss? Why are you alone? What did I miss? So we're doing a catch-up episode. So this is a catch-up episode of season 1 of Kingdom Hearts: The Interstitial War. So I'm going to try and review everything that happened in the first bit of the series. Hey, Tara. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Natalie. I think I said hey to Natalie already. You get 2. Leslie's been shot out of the airlock. They did, that's what happened is they took San and they were like, no, actually, I'm the Master of Darkness. That's the thing, is Leslee. Leslee is the Master of Darkness. So, sorry, everyone. But it's been me all along. Which is a joke. I'm not. If I'm actually in the game, that would be a very bizarre thing to have happen. But, oh, hey, I was in season 1. I know what happened in that episode, kind of. Sick. I'm glad you kind of know what happened in that episode. That's like the important one, so I get it. Changing sides right now. Helly, Ben's changing sides to join the darkness if I'm the Master of Darkness. Sick. I mean, I get it. I think I'm better than Doctor Strange. Just kidding. I actually love Doctor Strange. Okay. I should probably actually start reading this now. So chapter 1 was the light from the past. In the beginning of our story, Doctor Strange, the Master of Light, calls upon our guardians, pulling them from each of their respective stations of awakening. Making a pact with them, he brought them back from the primordial darkness and summoned them into the mirror dimension, Doctor Strange's home and headquarters. There, the Guardians meet with Doctor Strange, as well as the 3 other Guardians, Kim Possible, a perky agent of good, Max Goof, captain of the guard, in his time and defender of the light, and Prince Caspian, a legendary warrior and heir to royalty. Just a reminder, the 4 people who are in the cast. We have Ben Solo, who was originally playing the Discarded, played by Chaotic Lucian, our great friend. We have Alpha, the Light, played by Zeke. We have originally, I said they were the light. Then we have San and Moro, the original amalgam, played by myself. And then we have Sarah Farron the Mystic, played by Aid, or Ashley. That's our cast. And then we have the 3 other guardians. Finding a warm welcome from everyone but the arrogant Prince Caspian, Doctor Strange begins to explain the situation. Each guardian has been summoned from across space and time to participate in the Interstitial War, a long prophesized battle between 7 guardians of light and 13 seekers of darkness, the objective to forge 13 keys that will open the door to Kingdom Hearts. Each key is forged from the heart of a world, either a world splendid in light or steeped in darkness. The battles across these worlds decide the creation of each key. Doctor Strange warns that the Seekers bring about them these creatures known as Heartless. Ben Solo turned to the dark side? Never. I wouldn't have guessed, considering they're working with a former Seeker. Kind of. It's a symbiotic relationship, you know? Venom. Everyone seems to have a different way of handling the Seekers, from the more docile Alpha to the more ham-fisted Prince Caspian. Split into teams, Prince Caspian goes off on their own, not impressed by the others, go figure. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. Max and Kim form a team of their own, with the remaining Guardians creating the main squad of the Forces of Light. They are tasked with acquiring a gummy ship, which they gained from twins Zach and Cody Martin. Gonna be real, didn't know that's what their last name was. A pair of child engineers who, with their special sibling pairing, are able to create wonderful ships that can traverse the astral sea between worlds. Getting accommodated with one another, the group takes off in their new ship, the Firefly. Their current task to fly to the first world that is expected to fall under the clutches of darkness and ensure the world is saved and a key of light is born. Truly did not know that Zach and Cody had a last name. Thought it was just Zach and Cody. I mean, it makes sense that they have a last name, but I was like, it's just kids. Why would they have a last name? Sorry, I was reading a meme. Not what I should be doing right now. Chapter 2, Witches, Warlocks, and Ghouls. Oh my. The group arrives in the first world Halloween town in a wooded area. There they meet Benny, a skeleton cab driver. Actually, Firefly is a Universal property. The name isn't, though. You can just steal that. Is Firefly still a Universal property? I just wasn't sure. Anyway, there they meet Benny, a skeleton cab driver, who offers to give them a ride into town. As they take up his offer, he gives them the rundown of what's been happening in town. There's a major election in Halloween Town between the current Mayor Calabar, gonna be real, still haven't seen this movie, and Aggie Cromwell, a witch. Not only are politics on everyone's mind, but creatures known as Heartless have begun springing up and taking citizens from the town. No sooner are they on the road than they are attacked by Heartless. The Guardians engage in their first fight, striking back at the Heartless, who eventually merge into a giant tree monster. It takes a moment to understand how everyone fights, but the Heartless is felled eventually. There they are taunted by a Seeker who says Ben's got some real anger in his heart and calls the others dysfunctional before disappearing. What? You need to see Halloween Town. Halloween Town is important. Dang, how the hell? Hi, Alex. I'm glad to see you're here. I'm so sorry I've never seen Halloween Town. I've never seen this movie. And I continue to not see this movie. I'm going to keep bringing this up. Speaking of anger, I'm going to keep bringing up which movies I haven't seen because it's pretty comical because I always like I go to Disney World all the time and I haven't seen like half of the movies apparently, any of the newer shit. Here's the thing, Halloween Town has real people in it. When I was growing up, I didn't watch a ton of things with real people in them for some reason. Don't worry. Oh my gosh, bless you, Ashley. I'm so glad you're here. The other person who doesn't see movies. I haven't seen so many of these movies either. I have seen our current world, though, The Great Mouse Detective, which I'm a big fan of. I mean, Halloween Town is like a C movie filmed in Oregon. That's hilarious. I was the same way with the puppets. See, I watched a lot of puppet shit. The Dark Crystal. Love The Dark Crystal. Love Fraggle Rock. I love The Muppets. I love Sesame Street. Love puppets. Big fan of puppets. Not a big fan of clowns. Fun fact about Leslee. Don't like clowns. In town, the group begins investigating the possible source, bidding Benny farewell. The group walks into the mayor's office to find a Seeker just leaving, although this one is different from the other one they met before. The Seeker introduces himself as Dr. Facilier. I have seen that movie. And warns the group in getting in the way of his plans. He forms a somewhat childish bond with Alpha and leaves, letting the party talk to the mayor. The mayor, Calabar, is excited for the new visitors and explains the importance of Halloween Town and the election, wooing them with apples and flowers. Who did he give an apple to? That's not important. I don't think I've seen The Great Mouse Detective. Anyways, I'm definitely here just doing laundry. Sick. You ain't gonna see anything from it, but you should watch it. I will watch Halloween Town. Maybe I'll put it on the list for this Halloween, or I'll watch it sooner than that. Who knows? I've been watching things a lot more. He admits that he's been investigating the Heartless, but hasn't been able to come up with anything. The group takes their leave, finding Benny and meeting the Cromwell kids, Marnie, Dylan, and Sophie. The kids talk about how magic is so cool, except for the worrywart Dylan, and are heading to their grandma Aggie's house. Benny drops them off and heads to the movie theater to pick up another rider. The group decides to hitch a ride and meets with Aggie. Aggie tells them that the Heartless are no good and believes that the doctor is behind the disappearance. After talking, Aggie believes that all of this is centralized in the abandoned movie theater. The group, knowing Benny is headed there, rush off to save him with Aggie in tow. Before they leave, however, Alpha gives Marnie a special card to protect themselves in case trouble emerges. Princess and the Frog, it's a good one. Princess and the Frog is so good. Princess and the Frog, I feel like Okay, so here's a Disney fun fact, because I carry Disney fun facts in my brain. So currently, the water flume ride is Brer Rabbit, and that movie is incredibly racist. Is it Down South? Is that what that movie's called? Why can't I think of what that ride is called? All I can think of is the Briar Patch and Briar Rabbit. Brer Rabbit? Song of the South, that's what it's called. Song of the South. Yeah, that movie's racist. Not good. So they're actually converting that ride to be Princess and the Frog now. So that sick log flume will still be there, but it's going to be Princess and the Frog themed. I'm really excited to see what they do with it. I think that ride can definitely use an upgrade. A lot of the animatronics in that ride look like poop. A Splash Mountain. Thanks, Sade. I really could not think of the term Splash Mountain. Yeah, so that's going to become Princess and the Frog, which is super exciting. I know a lot of older people are upset about it. I don't give a shit. I've never seen Song of the South. The only reason why I have some vague memories is because it was on a Disney sing-along tape. Otherwise, I've never seen that movie. No one needs it. No one needs it. Princess and the Frog is a much better movie. Fuck old people. Hell yeah, Zoe. Zoe's got the right idea. How often do you go to Disney, Leslie? About once a year. Fun fact, I will be in Disney World next week. I leave on Friday, so I will be missing from next week's Kingdom Hearts episode. But yeah, I'm going to Disney next week. I go to Disney about once a year. Last year I went to Disneyland. Disneyland is cool. I would say Disney World is definitely more worth it. Disneyland is very small. My mistake, Disney owns Firefly, but Universal owns the Serenity movie. Huh. Thanks, Brian, for looking into that. That's wild. So Disney owns the show, but Universal owns the movie. Huh. This is my penance for missing next week's episode. Absolutely, this is my penance. Is doing a recap of season 1. And I'm going to try and spit off some of the stuff that's happened in season 2. Sorry, my cat just used the litter box and it smells terrible. And I got super distracted because I thought he was using a cardboard box directly next to me. That's how bad it smells. Because yeah, I just moved. So, oh man, that reeks. I just moved, so the litter box and everything still has not been fully positioned where I want it. It's kind of just in here. It'll still stay in here after I move everything, but it's going to be farther back a little bit. God, that reeks. Chapter 3, Friends on the Other Side. The group finds Benny's car and discover that the townsfolk energy is being absorbed by a mysterious sorcerer and aided by Dr. Facilier. The group takes the offensive. Now I kind of really want to watch Princess and the Frog, I'm not going to lie. I have a friend over tonight, and I might just force her to watch Princess and the Frog with me. The group takes the offensive, fighting both the Seeker and the Sorcerer, who reveals himself to be Calabar in disguise, who's attempting to sway the election in his favor. Transforming into a huge Heartless, the group defeated not only him, but Dr. Facilier, unlocking the latter's heart, so Dr. Facilier, and sending him to the other side, where you got Nick to sing a fun song. With the power of the Cromwell kids, they unleash the light, washing over the darkness, and purify the town of Halloween Town. The Key of Light is formed, and the group heads off. I love Princess and the Frog. Now I'm just thinking about Princess and the Frog and how I want to eat Disney food. Okay. Show us the friend. You want to see the cat? Can one of my cats come here? Garrus or Rex? Oh, show us my friend who's here. Oh, she's downstairs. She's organizing my kitchen, I think, because she was surprised that everything's still in boxes. So we then have... Oh, wait, I was going to tell you a Disney fun fact. Maybe I'll tell you Disney fun facts, like, after every single bit. So Disney fun fact, if you go to... There's a cart in Disney World. Yes, make Olivia watch Princess and the Frog. Hell yeah, Katrina, I will do that. There's a cart in Disney World that sells egg rolls. And it moves about Magic Kingdom, and it sells pizza egg rolls and cheeseburger egg rolls. And people will rant and rave about how that's one of the best snacks ever in Disney World. I'm gonna be real, pretty disappointing. Also, I can get princess egg rolls. I can get pizza egg rolls pretty consistently in Philadelphia. It's like a pretty common, like, cheap Chinese food thing. And yeah, I wasn't impressed. The more impressive thing to me is there's a cart in Disney World that is close to Pioneer Town, so that's where Splash Mountain is, that's where Thunder Mountain Railroad is, that sells a cheddar jack and jalapeno cheese stuffed pretzel. That's the snack to go for. The fucking egg rolls are bunk. They are very boring and lame. But I support the egg rolls. I would go get a pizza egg roll. Highly recommend. Okay. I got a pizza egg roll for the first time last weekend. Sick. I do love Dole Whip. Dole Whip is a great snack. Do appreciate the Dole Whip. I'm a big pineapple gal. I've had the raspberry one too. I don't really like the raspberry one. The pineapple one's really good though. I like to get the floats. You get the little extra pineapple juice. And then we have Interlude Beyond the Beach. Doctor Strange meets with a mysterious witch who has come from a different dimension. Looking within the realm of darkness, Doctor Strange seeks for a weapon to use in the war, and Maleficent looks for a pathway home. Coming across the Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters in the realm of shadows, they find a scientist there working on a mysterious suit of armor and an arc that can possibly send Maleficent home. The suit of armor is transferred for safekeeping under Prince Caspian. What is Dole Whip? Dole Whip is kind of like a combination between, like, have you ever had Polish water ice, like, at the Jersey Shore? Because I know you go to the Jersey Shore, Katrina. I almost just called you by your username, and I don't feel like I can say that on stream. I probably could. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that, but pineapple flavored, but it's, like, fruitier. Like, because it's, like, that soft, icy kind of consistency. Like Polish water ice, which is why I kind of prefer Polish water ice to Italian water ice, is because it's got that little bit of that smoother texture. But it's very similar to that. It's like kind of a light and airy soft serve. And it's vegan. I didn't know it was vegan. Thanks for the fun fact, Alex. You provided me a fun fact now. Chapter 4, How Far I'll Go. The group heads towards the world of Moana, where they meet not only Moana, but the demigod Maui as well. Fighting the monster Tamatoa, they rescue Maui's hook, and aid Moana in bringing the heart of Te Fiti back to the center of the world in order to make the Key of Light. Orange Swirl at Disney World is better than Dole Whip. Orange Swirl. Russ's stupid username. That is Russ's stupid username. Orange Swirl. I don't know if I've had Orange Swirl. Another fun fact. So Disney World, I don't think there's like a snack that's like specific to Disney World, but if you go to Disneyland, the big snack is churros. I had so many churros when I was in Disneyland. I was also there in Disneyland. I was in Disneyland for Halloween. I also just want oranges, Lucian. I've been wanting oranges for a few days now. I want the sumo oranges, the big bumpy ones. It's like orange juice concentrate swirled with vanilla soft serve. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. I'd be into that too. What was I saying? Oh, so there's a ton of churros in Disneyland. Like, shit ton of churros. Like, so when I was there for Halloween, I had probably like 6 or 7 different churros. Oh, I'm chowing on my second orange right now. Hell yeah, Katrina. We'll move on to the next thing, and then I'll do more Disney fun facts. Maybe that'll be our fun thing this episode. Chapter 5 is Wayfinder. The group clashes against Seeker's envy and venom. As they attempt to infect Ben's mind, the Guardians face not only their Seeker foes, but also the foe of the monster Taka. Despite trying their absolute best, they fail, and Envy escapes with not only the heart, but with a piece of Ben's memory, the Sith homeworld Exegol. Can Orange Bird show up in the show? Yo, Natalie, I love Orange Bird. Oh, I should have wore one of my... So I have a shit ton of Disney Spirit jerseys. I have an Orange Bird one. I love Orange Bird. I don't know what it is about that dumb bird, but I love them. Actually, so we went to Disney World for Christmas, and they had an Orange Bird dessert, and that was probably one of my favorite desserts. It was like an Orange Bird mousse. It was so good. I'm highly suspicious that something was better than Dole Whip. This was my favorite episode. Sick. I'm glad this was your favorite episode, Tara. Fun fact, I still haven't seen all of Moana. I started watching Moana at one point in time and fell asleep on the couch. So I missed the end. I made it till we met Maui. Maui sang his song. I watched Maui sing the song. And then I fell the fuck asleep. So that happened. Chapter 5X Reverse. Exegol. Envy, Shigo, and 2B Seekers head to the Sith homeworld Exegol in order to unlock a hidden Temple of Darkness. There, they not only gain the assistance of the Knights of Ren, but powers beyond their imagination, including Ben's original body, which Envy inhabits, alongside new abilities and a fleet of ships the Seekers leave with power in tow. Moana made me cry like ugly cry. I love when heroes screw up. It's great. Dang, I got out of this arc and I was like, mwah. That makes sense, Lucian. I would also be like, mwah. Like ugly cry. I watched Encanto and cried a little bit, but then I watched Coco and I really cried. I really cried during Coco. I hadn't seen Coco, and I watched Coco like a month ago, and I straight up cried. Yeah, I'm a big baby. Chapter 6, The Importance of Names. The group enters the world of Yubaba's bathhouse and enjoy the bathhouse meeting Max Goof again, a traveler named Jecht. The bathhouse doesn't enjoy the company of humans, but the rest make do. They also see a former member of San's world, Ashitaka. However, Ashitaka doesn't remember San, and only goes by the name Taka. It's definitely not Ash. Alongside Haku, another bodyguard for Yubaba. The group hears of a key that Yubaba owns that can open anything and consider going to investigate. Coco is always tears, especially if you're familiar with all the Mexican folktales. Yeah, I got upset at Coco. I was very upset during Coco. I heard a lot of those stories growing up. And it broke my heart. I always just pictured as Jet from Avatar. For Jet. I know it's supposed to be Jet. I always say Jecht. Can't help it. This is who I am. Yeah, Coco made me cry. It's funny because like going to Disney World, I've heard some of the Coco songs before, because they love to play the Coco songs in Epcot, and that's where I spend most of my time in Disney World is Epcot. And man, they play the shit out of those songs. And then I watched the movie, and it was so sad. And every time I see the Coco stuff, I'm like, oh, Coco's so cute. Like, this looks like such a fun time. And then I watched the movie, and I was like, oh my god, Coco. Same, Epcot is my fave. Yeah, Epcot's my absolute favorite. Okay, cool Epcot fun facts. So, not fun facts, but like, here's Disney planning tips. So, if you like Epcot the best, my recommendation is to stay at either the... Sorry, my cat joined. I'll show you a friend. Here's a friend. Do you want to say hi, Rex? Oh, say hi, Rex. Rex says hi. Why are you so wet? Yeah? His face and little paws are very wet, so that means he spilled his water. Which is my new favorite thing. In my new apartment is him spilling water everywhere. Oh, so if you want to go to Epcot, like that's my thing. Like my family and I usually do, is we stay at the boardwalk. If you want to stay at the boardwalk, the yacht club. Leslie, let's go to Disney World someday. Ashley, I'm totally down. I will gladly go to Disney World. Epcot is the line. No one even lives there. No one does live there, and I think that's the way it should be. I don't want these Disney nightmare towns. Stay at the boardwalk, the yacht club, or the beach club, because then you literally get a little path and you can just walk to Epcot. So, literally every night we come back, we go to a park in the morning, and usually it's like, we go to like Animal Kingdom or something, and then we come back and we take like a nap, or like just sit and get out of the sun usually for a few hours, and then we walk to Epcot in the evening and just like go hang out and eat and drink and ride. My mom likes to ride Spaceship Earth a lot. Even though I wonder if they changed the narrator for that already. It was Judi Dench, and my mom really liked listening to Judi Dench talk about Spaceship Earth. Sorry, my cat's also now knocking over all of my medications. But yeah, those are the 3 hotels you want to stay in if you go to Disney World. Beach Club, Yacht Club, or Boardwalk. Personally, the Yacht Club is my favorite. Lucian, you're absolutely invited. You're just automatically invited. You making a weird noise now? Sorry, I thought he was making a puke noise. I was being silly. Well, I just had to confirm that you were invited. That's all. I just want you to know you're absolutely invited to Disney World. Sorry, I have something stuck in the back of my tooth. I probably shouldn't fuck with that right now. Chapter 8 is Ragnarok and Roll, which featured Natalie. Not only... And Brian. Brian is also in this episode. Very fun episode. Not only is the Seeker syndrome here, but Jecht, their new friend, is revealed to be a Seeker as well. Jet, in possession of Yubaba's key, uses it in order to let in a once-thought-dead god into the spirit world. Which is... Oh, the group faces off against not only Syndrome and Jet, but the resurrected god Hela herself. The light comes out victorious as both Syndrome and Jet are defeated, and Hela is pushed back beyond the gate as it deactivates, trapping her away from the realm. Josh has 0 interest in going, so I need other people to go with me. I will absolutely go with you. Everyone is invited. I support it. Just know I might wander off and go have fish and chips in the UK, in Epcot, because I do that all the time. I just abandon my family and go eat fish and chips. It's something that just happens. The group rallies with Chihiro's help, who is able to produce the heart of the world and create a key of light. Of note, San also reunites with Ashitaka and gets Ashitaka to gain his memories back. The group leaves happy, noting the Seekers are coming out in full force now. But yeah, I will absolutely go to Disney World with people. I'm trying to think of another Disney World fun fact. So another fun thing that is convenient with the Yacht Club and the Beach Club and all that is you can get a boat to Hollywood Studios. So there's a boat that will show up in the morning. You can just jump on the boat and go over to Hollywood Studios, which is also where they keep Star Wars. So when I actually went to Disney World accidentally, or really close to when Star Wars Park first opened, and you can get a boat there as early as... Back then, it was like 6 a.m., but I think now it's like you can get boats up to an hour before gates open at the park. Chapter 9 is The Lost Princess. The group arrives in the world of Anastasia. I said that very weird. Where they are transported by a malicious force into the night of the downfall of the Romanov line, escaping into the night as Heartless and rebels siege the palace and save a young girl and boy before returning to the present. They manage to find the young girl, now older and lost of her memories. The group swears to take the lost princess to Paris, where her grandmother still lives. There, with 2 conmen, they board a train. The one conman is Dimitri, I would like to note. I want to go to Disney in a group. That sounds wonderful. Alex, I agree. I think going to Disney in a group sounds like a fun time. I've never gone with anyone other than my family. So it's always been... So this next week will be me, my mom, and my brother. We will be going... Usually it's me, my mom, my brother, and my dad. Generally, it's usually the 4 of us. But this time it'll just be the 3 of us. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but usually at one point in time, we will be wandering around Epcot, and I will be there with my mom and my brother. And then suddenly I will disappear, and I go sit at the pub, and I have fish and chips. And... a beer. And I don't get a Guinness because I think fish chips and Guinness is gross. That's my hot take. Fish chips and Guinness is gross. My partner and I used to go 3 times a year when I lived in Phoenix. 3 times a year? Damn. Disney World fun fact, Carousel of Progress. That's it. That's the fact. I know the Carousel of Progress is there, but I'm going to be real, Brian. I've never looked at the Carousel of Progress. Yeah, I've never seen the Carousel of Progress. I know it's there. Actually, more Disney fun facts. So I had never ridden the People Mover. I don't remember if that's what that ride's actually called, but it's the ride that just goes through Magic Kingdom, or maybe Tomorrowland, the future place. And the first time we ever tried to go on the People Mover, it broke. It broke. Yeah. The only time I've ever tried to ride the People Mover, it broke. And we just got to stare at the new Tron ride for a while, which then made me really excited for the new Tron ride, which I really want. I really want to ride a light bike. It looks super fun. What? Although, what's about the Carousel of Progress? Okay. When I go this time, I'll try to find the Carousel of Progress. I'll actually go look at it. I'm also going to be real. I'm scared of It's a Small World. They're not clowns, but they feel like clowns, I think is the problem for me. Definitely feel like clowns. You get to pretend you were on public transportation in the future. Yeah, public transportation broke down about 3 minutes into the ride. The song is great, though. I don't think that it's a Small World song. Sorry, I'm that guy. Chapter 10, In the Darkest Night. The group boards the train, where they are besieged by Heartless and a hellbound necromancer known as Rasputin, who, using the power of the seeker Bill Cipher, attacks the Guardians. Transporting the group to the old Romanov estate, the group faces off against Rasputin and his magic as well as Bill Cipher. Rallying Anya, now realizing herself as Anastasia, they banish the darkness that is Rasputin and defeat them, unlocking the heart of this world. Does Disney own Anastasia now? That's kind of fun. I loved that movie as a kid. Do they own Swan Princess now? The Carousel of Progress song is good. Oh, okay. There's a song for the Carousel of Progress? I know nothing about the Carousel of Progress. I know it was part of the World's Fair. That's all I got. Peter Rasputin. I don't know what Rasputin's full name is from Anastasia. You know what movie also I feel like gets forgotten a lot? Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's a fucking good-ass movie. If that's on Disney Plus, Olivia and I might be doing a double feature tonight of Princess and the Frog and Hunchback of Notre Dame. Has one of the best songs. The fucking villain song in Hunchback of Notre Dame, Chef's Kiss. Count Frollo. It's a good song. Now I'm just thinking about being Count Frollo for Halloween so I can just sing that song. I just want to sing that song. That's a fun song. Chapter 11, Our Fight. The group travels the Astral Sea where they learn of an attack that will siege their home base. Rallying their allies together, they meet back with Doctor Strange, who tells them that it's time for them all to come together and fight as one once more. I find it funny that Anastasia was mistaken so much until Disney literally got the right. That's very fair. Ari movie nights. Hell yeah. I love Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was Esmeralda for Halloween one year and I got sent home from school because it was inappropriate to be dressed as Esmeralda. Even though I'd gone several years prior as Jasmine. I was Jasmine multiple years in a row. But I got in trouble for being Esmeralda. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow and tomorrow's just a dream away. Oh no, is that the song? I don't know about that one, Chief. That sounds like a bad song. Okay, I won't judge. I will go to Disney World next week and I will let you know what I think of the song. Actually, I think we're in Animal Kingdom the first 3 days when I'm in Disney World because we're staying at at Disney World there's Animal Kingdom obviously, which has a big safari area. There's a hotel where you can stay in the safari area. And I'm very excited to see that. Look, Leslie, worst case, it's a great place to take a nap. Honestly, that's how I feel about Spaceship Earth. Usually the first time we ride Spaceship Earth, I have a fun time. I enjoy Spaceship Earth the first time. But then my mom's like, okay, let's go back to Spaceship Earth. I'm like, no. And then I take a nap. There's a couple pictures of me sleeping during Spaceship Earth. Oh, we stayed there before, I think. Yeah, I'm excited. So we'll be in the safari for the first 2 or 3 days. So we're just going to be going to Animal Kingdom. Though I am very upset. While we are in Animal Kingdom, the Yeti roller coaster, Mount Everest, is down, which is my favorite fucking ride at Disney. I love Mount Everest. Hilariously, the propaganda in Mount Everest about the Yeti being real is so strong, my mom was convinced that the Yeti is real. Like, while I do think Yetis exist in some capacity, it's not like the mythological creature of the Yeti exists. Like, the Yeti in the iteration that we think of is not the Yeti. Like, the Yeti isn't what you see on TV. But, like, the propaganda is so strong inside that ride that my mom was fully convinced that the Yeti was real and had to have a discussion with me about, are Yetis real? And my response is, they're probably real, but not how we think of them. It's not like a fucking Juniper erasure. Monster Hearts is a very different universe. Yetis are absolutely real there. And there's a 6'7" tall one. Chapter 12, Fully Loaded. Kim Possible lands in a strange new world where a race is taking place, meeting her old friend Ron Stoppable. The two enter a race against the villainous Dr. Draken, defeating an old foe with the help of the talking car Irby. Herbie, the world is one, and 2 meet back up with Max to join the fight to defend the mirror dimension. There's no napping of the carousel of progress. That's not how progress works. That's very fair, Brian. I understand that it's probably very cool. Actually, I think I have ridden the carousel of progress now that I'm thinking about it. I feel like I have sat through that because, like, there's been a couple times at Disney World where it's like we don't know what to ride anymore and we're stuck. We have like an itinerary and it's like, okay, like we shouldn't go back to the hotel yet because then we're just gonna be bored. So, and sometimes my dad just would need a break, so we'd go on the carousel of progress. So I think I might have ridden the carousel of progress. The hard part is like the carousel of progress and Spaceship Earth kind of just morph together as one thing. Leslie, remind me, we're going to talk about Yeti at brunch. Okay, Katrina, we can talk about Yetis at brunch tomorrow. Can we talk about the strong Disney propaganda that makes it seem like Yetis could very well be real? Because it's hilarious. They do post a lot of really fun info. Chapter 13, Part 1 and 2, Guardians Assemble and Face Your Fears. The group assembles in the mirror dimension, splitting into 2 groups. San, Sarah, Kim, Ron, Max, and Dr. Strange fight the forces of the Heartless on the ground in an attempt to stop the invasion. A mass battle takes place in which the Guardians repel many Heartless and eventually the base begins to fall, as Seekers Shigo and 2B take the field. In a vicious battle, 2B is felled, which only spurns Shigo on to fight Mor, transforming into her ultimate form. Mor was killed, but through the combined might of everyone, Shigo is finally defeated and fades into darkness. 2B also explodes. 2B self-detonates. And goes bye-byes. Meanwhile, Ben, Caspian, Alpha, Zack, and Cody take on the fleet, dodging and weaving as they siege the main ship. The 3 Guardians eventually land to face the final group of Seekers, Envy and Venom. The battle is vicious and terrifying as the Guardians fight it out on a grand stage above the mirror dimension. Eventually, Envy is driven to the edge as they attempt to use Venom to fuel the final transformation, sundering Venom into 2, creating carnage. Venom latches onto Ben to escape, and Envy combines with Ben in a fight to steal Ben's body. Ben fights back, accepting Envy and destroying both of them, while Envy, in control of Ben's body, kills Caspian. As Alpha escapes with Ben's and Caspian's body, the Master of Darkness emerges and sinks the mirror dimension into darkness. The Guardians are spread across different worlds as Alpha takes the battle armor to Caspian, infusing his soul and creating a new being, Alita. Venom. I feel like you're leaving out some of the Guardians' murders. We don't murder that many people. Also, I don't know. You keep coming back if we don't murder you. That's the problem. So now we have End Layer, which I only have notes on Chapter 1. If they're already dead, as it murdered, that's very fair. So Chapter 1 of End Layer, the group is revisited 3 months later with San nowhere to be found. Alpha and Alita have built a small home that houses the sleeping Ben and a grave to Caspian. Sarah is attacked after wandering the realm of darkness for 3 months by a mysterious figure in Keyblade armor. Dr. Strange finds Alpha and brings Sarah to them as the remaining Guardians engage the group. The group push back the aggressors, Dr. Strange makes this island his new home, and the twins return with a new gummy ship in tow. So that's the only note I have here. Let me go check my own notes, because I feel like I've got time. I've got like 20 minutes. I don't know if we need 20 minutes of Leslie's fun Disney trip information. Another thing that I will note is if you keep your eyes on booking your Disney trip, you can usually find a meal plan for free. Fun fact, you can usually very easily find a meal plan for free with your booking. So that way you can like get some free meals. Interstitial War notes. Let's open this document that I have and see what it says. It literally just has a list of the worlds. Oh, that's all I got. If we don't kill you, you want to be on the stream again. Leslie, that's not what I said. I like when you're on stream, Brian. That's the fun part. It's just that then we have to keep fighting you. But also, San freed your spirit. You're free from the darkness now. Now you're a good syndrome. That's the thing. I mean, 2B and Shigo are dead. Envy lives inside of Ben. Yeah. Yeah. Um, good syndrome equal dead syndrome. No, you're not dead. Well, I didn't kill them. Aid, we totally killed Chico. Actually, I think Max might have killed Chico. Really crowded inside Ben. Ben does have a full house. So my interstitial. So then we went to Wally. I think Nick is gonna do a full recap next week. But we went to Wally, where San made friends with. San ended up in Wally World and was reunited with everyone, which is unfortunately where Syndrome met his doom. If he had been slightly more repentant, maybe it would have worked out. I'm kidding. I have no fucking clue. And then High School Musical. And then High School Musical, where we had to sing to get our shit done. And then what was the last world that we were in? Was it another movie I haven't seen? I didn't take notes on the last world. Gonna be honest. I'm trying to think. Treasure Planet! Yes! Treasure Planet. So then we went to Treasure Planet, which was very fun. And then, now we are about to go to The Great Mouse Detective, which I am very excited for. One of my favorite movies as a child. Fun fact, when we were originally talking about playing this game, one of the characters that I proposed Nick for me to play was Basil from The Great Mouse Detective. So there was a possibility I could have been a giant mouse on this stream. A giant mouse detective, to be specific. We were accosted by a third group in Wally World who are the Seekers of Oblivion. And they want to destroy Kingdom Hearts. And hopefully restore balance. It doesn't have a Disney World ride, so I don't know what it is, Leslie. Whoa. That's not totally true. There's no Great Mouse Detective ride. I love Treasure Planet. I just couldn't remember. We did get the key in High School Musical. We did not get the Wally key. The Wally was where the Oblivion got the win. And then Treasure Planet, did we get that key? I think we got that key. Sorry, I just scratched a bump on my head. It hurt. In Treasure Planet, we got the key and Ben went into the Realm of Darkness, and maybe we'll work for them. Who knows? It's unclear. Fair enough. Brian, I feel like you've painted... Brian, I want to be your friend. I like things that don't have rides. But yeah, so that's the recap from season 1. I hope everyone has enjoyed it. I'm trying to think of any more Disney fun facts that I have. I kill my friends, Leslie. Brian! I killed Syndrome, not you. I would never want to hurt you. I'm glad you sent the tongue sticking out face. That clears it up. Yeah, no, I appreciate everyone for hanging out. I'll keep blathering for a little bit if you all want to hang out. We've got another 20 minutes of Kingdom Hearts music to blast through. So yeah, I'm going to Disney World next week. I'm trying to think of other fun things. There's a new Ratatouille ride in Epcot, which I'm very excited about. They've added it to France. Tell us more Disney tips. Cool, yeah, I can tell you more Disney tips. So they got rid of Fast Pass, which is a fun fact. They got Fast Pass in the way you know Fast Pass. Now you can get an expedited ticket, like a ticket visit thing, a ride thing, but I forget the details of that one. I have to learn more about that before next week. But they did get rid of Fast Pass, which is lame. Also, I'm going to be real, if you go to Epcot, don't ride Test Track. Test Track is a bad ride. It's fun the first time, but the wait is always way too long. The last time I was in line for Test Track, someone threw up, and it was awful. I'm trying to think of what else is fun or interesting to know. I mean, the other thing to note is if you stay... Okay, so here's a fun fact. So instead of just booking through the Disney website, you can also book through Disney Vacation Homes. And you can find people who have, like, properties or parcels of Disneyland. Not land, but it's even, like, a hotel room or a space, and that is their Disney vacation home, and you can just rent from those people. It's like Airbnb. You're renting someone else's hotel room or someone's like vacation room. And sometimes that's cheaper than getting an actual like room through Disney. You get free parking with that, so if you get a rental vehicle, you get free parking with the Disney Vacation Club. So actually this time is the first time we're doing this, but we are staying through Disney Vacation Club, so we were actually switching parks partway through. So we're staying for 3 nights at the hotel that's going to be in Animal Kingdom, and then the other 4 nights will be at the boardwalk, which I don't like the boardwalk, as the boardwalk feels very kiddie, whereas the yacht club felt a little more posh and cleaned up. The cool part about the yacht club is there's a cool gingerbread house in it at Christmas time. Other Disney fun fact? Okay, so Star Wars. You can buy, they have the colored milks. They have the blue milk and the green milk at Star Wars Park. The blue milk tastes more fruity, the green milk tastes more vegetable-y. I think the base of the green milk is kale, and the blue milk is blueberries. And Disneyland, you cannot get alcohol in your milk. It's not, I should also say it's not dairy milk, it's actually rice milk. It's like a rice milk mixture, so it's more like a slushy than like a nasty dairy drink. You cannot get alcohol in Disneyland, but Disney World, you can get alcohol, so the blue milk comes with rum in it, and the green milk comes with tequila in it, so in Disneyland, I prefer to get the blue milk, because I think the blue milk base tastes better, but in Disney World, I prefer to get the green milk, because I think the green vegetable one tastes good with the tequila in it. It's like kale and kiwi is really the 2 flavors that stick out the strongest. Also, you can, buy the milk container. It can come home with you, and it lights up. I had iced tea in it earlier, so that's why it's here. I don't know if you can see that it's lit up, but it's lit up. But yeah, this is you get the milk jug. Also, fun fact about Disney, if you are going to Disney and you want to make sure you get to eat at a restaurant, you can book your dining up to 60 days in advance. Do you guys want to know where I'm going to go eat in Disney? Yay, show and tell. Hell yeah, Katrina. Let me go look up. My mom texted me our dinner reservations, and I will tell you about fun. I like the booze milkshakes at the drive-in. Ooh, I've never been to the drive-in. Oh, wait. Is that at Hollywood Studios? There's like a cute, honestly, fun fact. Some of the best fried chicken I've ever had is at Disneyland, and it's just when you go into, it's not Magic Kingdom, but it's Disneyland proper. I forget that's called Disneyland. So it's this, hey Bella, I just did the recap of last season. I just finished, and now we're just talking about me going to Disney World next week. Because I'm going to Disney World next week with my mom and my brother. But some of the best fried chicken I've ever had is in Disney World. Or Disneyland. I don't know if Disney World has the same fried chicken, but it's like the Disneyland, you go through the main gate and it's to the right. I forget what that place is called. Yes, Ashley? It's a reference. 2. What's a reference? Wait, the booze milkshakes at the drive-in? And the blue milk is blue. So what does that KH will have a Disney World episode? Sounds legit. No, KH will not have a Disney World episode. I'll just be missing. What's the Stitches? Oh. The Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater restaurant is in Hollywood Studios. Oh, okay. I didn't go there. I haven't been there. There's like a mom and pop diner that's right in the front that's of Hollywood Studios. That's like, feels like a sitcom diner. I don't remember what that's called, but we just happened to go into it because we wanted to eat somewhere and we couldn't figure out where to go. And I had really good meatloaf there. And I also had a really good milkshake, but I don't think it had booze in it. I'm sorry I didn't get it, Bella. I have never watched Kim Possible. I've watched like a single episode of Kim Possible. Mom and Pop Diner. Yeah, it was good. It was like impressively good. Like, I don't know. Some of the food places that you eat at Disney World are like meh. Some of it is very meh. I've had some very, I'm gonna be real, the Beauty and the Beast restaurant that's in Magic Kingdom that everybody fucking loves, mid. I've been there for breakfast and I've been there for lunch. Very mid. I've never had the dinner. The ambiance is very cool if you sit in the spooky dark area. The only thing is it's very hard to see your food because you're in this. You can sit in like the destroyed library area. No reason to say sorry, says the 29-year-old. I'm 30, so I got to that age where I hang with young people, but they miss my references often. See, I'm 30. I did have the gray stuff. The gray stuff is delicious. That's like the only redeeming thing at the Beauty and the Beast place, in my opinion. The food is so mid. The food is so mid, so I would recommend going for like breakfast or lunch because it's cheaper. Rob, can you tell me through what magic you emerged from a magical Disney fairy tale land through the theme park and came to our world? Rob, if I told you that, I would burst into pixie dust. Sorry, that's the contract that I signed. Fun fact, I had a coworker that used to call me a Disney princess because every time we'd go to this one job site, there would be wild animals around. One time there was a fox that came up and said hi to me, deer, a bunch of birds. Yeah. You magic, yo. Thanks, Rob. That's so nice. I have no idea. I'm trying to think of what Disney park I would come from if I were a magical creature. And I'd probably come from Tomorrowland. I think that's probably where I'd come from. So does that make it me? No, because Toy Story also now has their own park. Oh yeah, here. I was going to look at what food places we were going to eat at. But I was going to say maybe that makes me Toy Story because there is a Toy Story ride in Tomorrowland. But there's also just a Toy Story portion of the park now. The Slinky the Dog roller coaster at Disney World is actually really good. I like that roller coaster a lot. The legit best meal I've ever had was on a Disney cruise ship. We dined at Remy's, which has 3 stars. But the best food actually came from a quick service. Disney World is super cool. I really like it. I went when I was a child and thought it was like fun. But I enjoy it much more as an adult. I feel like you can kind of like appreciate it more as an adult. Also, there's a lot of like good food, really good food. One of the best steaks I've ever had is at a Canadian steakhouse in Disney World called Leslee. One of the best steaks I've ever had. It had a risotto on it. It was really good. It's getting very expensive now, though. It definitely is getting very expensive. You can kind of do it on the cheap. I mean, renting through the Disney Vacation Club has been very fiscally saving. It's like 95% of Brazilians' first international trip. Nice. That makes sense. That's so funny, too. Gosh. Disney World, I mean. I figured it was Disney World. Yeah. Yeah, that was my first time on a plane. When I went to Disney World. So I am going to Sanaa, which is one of the restaurants in the Animal Kingdom area, in the hotel area that I'm staying in. I'm going to Homecoming, which is Chef Art Smith's restaurant, which is in Disney Springs, which is like the shopping area. Last time we went to Disney World, my mom and dad went to Art Smith and went to Homecoming. My brother and I went to Morimoto, and I was kind of upset I didn't go to Homecoming, so I'm going to Homecoming this time. Sunday we are doing Yak and Yeti, which is at Animal Kingdom. They have really good tuna nachos, which sounds weird, but it's like really fresh, high-grade tuna on fried wontons, so they kind of turn into chips. Very fun. We have a reservation at Leslee on Monday. That's, again, the really nice Canadian steakhouse. Like I said, really surprisingly high-quality steaks, really well-cooked. Tuna nachos does sound weird. It was really good. It's like, yeah, it's like ahi. It's like a fresh, finely chopped up tuna on wontons with, I think, like, kind of like, I think it was like shredded cabbage, carrots, kind of like a banh mi, cilantro, some kind of sauce. They're really good, though. No cheese, which is kind of fun. We're eating at La Hacienda, which I believe is in Epcot. And then we have Uga's Cantina, which is the Star Wars place. Last time I was at the Star Wars restaurant, Uga's Cantina, which you go in and I'm gonna be real, they play that fucking Cantina song constantly. They actually, when I was there, they only played the Cantina song once, and I only caught the very end of it. But they do play the Cantina song in Uga's Cantina. In case you're curious, Uga is also a Java. But last time I was there, they didn't have food. They only had drinks and desserts. But I think they have actual food now. But the drinks are fun. They do a lot of dry ice drinks, which is very fun. So they put like a little cube of dry ice in the bottom of a cup, and then there's little holes in it, and the carbon dioxide can go up into your drink, and it gets extra bubbly. It's very fun. So that's my Disney World trip. I'm trying to think of anything other like fun facts. Um, One of the best things I've ever had in Disney World, there's like a fun thing to bring back, is they do Germany does Rice Krispie treats dipped in like a caramel, and it's like a Werther's caramel, and they are, or it's not even a Werther's, it's like a really high quality caramel that's super delicious. Um, they also do a Nightmare Pear Brandy that tastes like rubbing alcohol, and it sounds really cool because they talk about how like when they grow this when they grow the pears for the brandy, they actually grow the pears, like they slip the pear into the bottle, and then the pear grows inside the bottle, and it tastes like rubbing alcohol. If you cosplay as an adult and go to a Disney park, will those dressed up try to go along with what you are in character? Yeah, a lot of the times they do. I went as Piglet one time. My whole family were Disney. We were all Winnie the Pooh characters. And we ran into Pooh and Tigger, and my brother was dressed as Tigger, and my mom was dressed as Pooh, and they laughed and made a bunch of jokes about how they were looking in a mirror. It was very cute. Yeah, a lot of times if you cosplay as an adult, but you can't like technically go in full cosplay, so you have to do like light cosplay. The only time you're allowed to wear a full costume is if you go to one of the Halloween events. Otherwise you are not allowed. I actually have my ears. I just unpacked my Disney ears. I have light up Star Wars ears for Disney. I also have ears that I've made. I want to get back into making Disney ears. They've been very fun. I make epoxy ears and then make them into snow globes. Disney bounding. Is that what it's called, Natalie? I believe it. But yeah, that's been... It's, I'm pretty excited to go to Disney World again. It's always a fun time. I'll be there Friday to Friday. Yes. I should have known you'd know that term. Our, like... We both, Natalie and I have both had discussions about how if our lives had been slightly different, we both probably would be Disney adults. But we're not quite Disney adults. We're like cusp Disney adults. We like Disney, but we're not obsessed with Disney, if that makes sense. Yes, I've got a friend who does it at Disneyland as well. Yeah, I always enjoy like kind of dressing up as a character. I think it'd be more fun in a group. That's why like I don't do it a ton. I make my family do it for Halloween. Okay, getting the Rice Krispie treats fresh on mainstream while they're still warm. Yes. Yes. Those are so good. I love Rice Krispie treats. I'm going to be real. I just think Rice Krispie treats are good. And then I'm trying to think of anything else like fun and interesting. There, but for the grace of God, I go. A good thing to keep track of when you're on your trip to Disney World is making sure you keep an eye of what nights are extended hours. So like some days Epcot will have extended hours, some days Magic Kingdom will have extended hours. And if you aren't a park visitor, if you aren't staying in like either the Disney Vacation Club, or if you're not staying on property, everyone else has to leave. And that's a good time. Also, gonna be real, here's a hot Disney. How many bricks are in Cinderella? Brian? I have no idea. I'm gonna say Cinderella's castle is actually smaller than you anticipate. There's actually not extreme, but there's a height limit on Cinderella's castle because of airspace. So Sleeping Beauty's castle is actually smaller than Cinderella's castle, but the reason why the castle looks so big is it's a visual illusion. It's the fun part. It's not actually as tall as you think. But I'm gonna guess there's 25,000 bricks in Cinderella's castle. I have no idea. But what I was going to say is, so if you go to Magic Kingdom, I would say the thing I would recommend the first thing you do when you go to Magic Kingdom, 0. Oh, is it because it's mostly made of like wood and probably craft foam to make it lighter? Now I'm curious, and now I want to look up Disney Castle fun facts. My recommendation when you go to Magic Kingdom is to run right back and get on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's a really, really fun roller coaster, and it always has a huge wait. I think because it's one of the, like, faster roller coasters that kids can still ride on. The castle is made of concrete, steel, cement, gypsum plaster, plastic shingles, and fiberglass over a 600-ton framework of steel. Sick. That's so cool to learn. Damn. Disney fun facts. Thanks, Brian. That's so sick. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's very fun. But yeah, run right back and get in line for that ride, because that ride otherwise generally has a 2-hour wait. In Disneyland, I would recommend running right back and going on the Cars roller coaster. I forget what that one's called. It might be like Motor Springs or something. because that again also is a roller coaster that's very fun, and it gets about 2 hours of wait, and that's a long time. The fun thing with the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and the Cars one, I would say more so the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, the wait isn't so bad because the atmosphere is nice. I don't even like Snow White. I'm gonna be real. Snow White is one of my least favorite princess movies. I hate Snow White deeply. Have since I was a child. I've literally hated Snow White since I was a child. But like the atmosphere of that one's cool. There's a bunch of like fun gems and stuff. Each floor is also shorter than the floor below it. It makes it seem taller. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I knew there was some kind of visual illusion happening with like why the castle seems so big, but it actually has a pretty strict height limit. Snow White and the Seven Roommates. Yucky. Yucky. I don't like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I never liked her voice as a child. I think because it was so like high pitched and squeaky, I never liked it. I'll tell this funny personal story. One year, my grandmother on my dad's side, so like my dad's mom, one year got me a Snow White doll for Christmas, and I looked at it, said thanks, and dropped it. Just walked away from it. Yeah, she was not thrilled. Not thrilled. She was like, I spent money on this doll. And I was like, cool, I hate it. Who is my favorite Disney heroine? Maybe princess, maybe not. So actually my favorite is Mulan. I really love Mulan. As soon as Mulan came out, I fell in love with Mulan. I loved all the music. I really like Mulan's character. I even like Mulan 2. I think Mulan 2 is pretty fun. For like a sequel movie, like I feel most of the sequels aren't that great. But I absolutely love Mulan. I was a huge fan as soon as Mulan came out. But my original favorite when I was a child was Jasmine. Always really loved Jasmine. I think I was Jasmine for like 6 years when I was a kid. Ming-Na Wen. Absolutely. I love Ming-Na Wen. I haven't watched the Bounty Hunter stuff. Why can't I think of this? Boba Fett. I haven't watched the Boba Fett stuff, but I hope Ming-Na Wen shows up. Because I love Ming-Na Wen. I'm not surprised to be one. That's what I just loved Mulan. I think, yeah, big fan of Mulan. I think Mulan 2 is fun. I think that's still a good movie to watch. Very entertaining. I'm trying to think of any other Disney movies, any other princesses. I haven't seen Brave, but I think I would like Brave. I also was really tied to Sleeping Beauty at first. Like, my very first princess that I really liked was Sleeping Beauty, and then I saw Aladdin, and Jasmine became my favorite, and then I saw Mulan, and Mulan became my favorite. Have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? I found I love Katara because she gave me similar vibes to Mulan and Jasmine. I actually have seen Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've watched both of the different seasons. Now I know I've been streaming for an hour because the music changed. I like that Nick has the most interesting music in here. Oh yeah, we don't want boss battle music. Oh, this is spooky music. We don't want that either. Let's go back to chill Traverse Town. I have seen Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was funny because I didn't watch the Katara season right away because everyone always told me it wasn't great. I'm just saying ever since Mulan came out, there's been a lot more trans guys transitioning. Coincidence? Nope, probably not. Also, like, progress probably also helps with that, but absolutely, I could definitely see that being a factor. I saw Avatar. I really like Katara a lot more than I expected. When I started watching that, a lot of people were like, oh, it's not as good as, the original, like, Aang is so much better. Li Shang made a promise and he kept it. That's very fair. Oh, I'm sorry. I went back to the scary boss music. No. We want chill Traverse Town music. Thank you. So I really liked that season. I really liked the relationship between Katara and I can't remember her name, but the Fire Nation lady who originally dated. They both dated the same person. Oh, Korra, Katara. Okay, Katara's the Avatar. Okay, Waterbender in the first Avatar series. I hate that they're all K names. I get so confused. But I did really like the second season a lot more than I anticipated, because people always told me it was bad. Katara gave me Mulan Jasmine vibes. I'm trying to think. I guess in a way, I could see Katara. I think, or Katara doing that. Oh my god, the K names. I'm a nightmare with names, just to be real. Um, to me, Korra feels more Mulan Jasmine to me because of that rebellious side. Katara doesn't feel as like rebellious, if that makes sense to me. If that makes sense at all. Katara's still a very strong character. I still really like Katara a lot, but like Korra has more of that like rebellious, like go against the grain nature, I feel like, than Katara did. Katara, Korra, Kang, Krusty. Korra's good. I'm not fond of the politics it kind of espouses. Yeah, there's like one season that's bad. I remember that. There was one season that it struggled. I took a full break because I could not get through it. Also, I remember Natalie asked for Little Mermaid opinions. I really like The Little Mermaid, but also watching The Little Mermaid as an adult always feels very weird to me. Also, fun fact about me is growing up, my mom used to read me the Grimm fairy tales before I went to sleep, because I was obsessed with them. So we read a lot of the original, like, Grimm's fairy tales, and then, is it Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales? Like, whatever original fairy tale Little Mermaid came from. I forget that author's name right off the top of my head. But I've heard a lot of the yeah, because I don't think Little Mermaid was Hans Christian Andersen. I was right. I knew Little Mermaid wasn't a Grimm fairy tale, but so I was read the Little Mermaid, like the original Little Mermaid, as a kid, and like when I think about it, I'm like, man, what? Because she turns into, for no one knew, in spoiler for the Little Mermaid fairy tale, but she turns into foam. The prince does not fall in love with her, and she turns into foam. Turns into sea bubbles. So I read a lot of those books as a kid. But I like Little Mermaid. I think the second one's bad. I think the second one's definitely just bad. But I do enjoy Little Mermaid to an extent. I always liked the sisters in Little Mermaid, and I wanted to see more of Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid 2 is my guilty pleasure. I totally get that. It's bad, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. Listen, I have a couple of those. Like I said, I think a lot of people think that Mulan 2 is bad, but I think Mulan 2 is cute. I enjoy Mulan 2. I'm trying to think of the other sequels that are bad. Aladdin, the sequels are very good. I will hear no other arguments. The sequels to Aladdin are phenomenal. Oh, Beauty and the Beast 2? Terrible. No one needs that. But I do love the outfits in that one. The little red outfit that Belle wears is very pretty. Cinderella 2, I'm pretty sure, was also bad. Cinderella also has one of the best songs that I've ever heard. This trick with the sequels is just go in expecting it to be a guilty pleasure and you might be surprised. That's very true. The one with the golden hand is great. Absolutely. I was also just thinking the one with Aladdin's dad. I loved Aladdin's dad as a child, which probably says something about me. I always thought Aladdin's dad was so cool. If they were bad, why would they appear in Disney sing-alongs on VHS? You know, that's very fair, Brian. Very fair, because it's not like those were easy to just pump out because you just had to steal footage that you already had and then put some text on it with a bouncing ball. Follow the bouncing ball. I used to watch the shit out of the sing-alongs, not gonna lie. In case anyone's curious, my cat's sitting with me, so that's why I keep looking down, because I'm rubbing his face. He wants attention. Do you want to say hi? No? You want to say hi? I don't know what happened to that sentence. I tried to parse it. This is Garrus. Garrus says hi. He's very snuggly right now. But yeah, so that's the other fun fact is, so for Aladdin, I said I was Jasmine 6 times. I was every iteration of Jasmine. So I was Wedding Jasmine, I was Green Jasmine, I was Red Jasmine, and I was Purple Jasmine. Any of the outfits that Jasmine wore. I was Street Rat Jasmine. I every iteration of Jasmine costume I could get my hands on, I was. And then hilariously, I think I was Wedding Jasmine one year for Halloween, and then the following year I was Bane from the Batman movie. Or like it was like Bane Jasmine, or it was Jasmine Bane. But my brother was Robin and I was Bane, like the Bane with like the green tubes in him. I was that version of Bane. I was also later the Dark Knight Bane, but that was much later. But as a child, yes, I was Bane for Halloween one year. We put a bunch of green glow sticks on my arms. It was pretty fun. I don't think I have any pictures of it. I'll have to look next time I go home. I'll see. I don't know if we have any. There was like a point in time where like my mom was very good about like keeping up with a scrapbook. But then like there's like a sharp cutoff where like there's no more scrapbooks. Dude, the Bane voice, Brian. My Bane voice is bad. I don't know if I still have I think I still have my Bane mask somewhere. Oh, yes. You were born in the dark. It's hilarious. That voice is so dumb. The old Bane voice. Also, I love Bane in the new, the cartoon that's on HBO Max. I actually haven't finished that. I'm very close to finishing that. A+. Thanks, Natalie and Brian. I'm glad you guys liked it. Yes. But yeah, I was Bane for Halloween one year. My brother was Robin. Yeah, I think that wraps up Kingdom Hearts. So thanks everyone for hanging out. I really appreciate you all being here for this like little summary of last season. I hope you all enjoyed hanging out. I hope everyone has a great night. I'm gonna remind you all about what's coming up this week. So I know I did say I will be in Harley Quinn. Yeah, Harley Quinn. I love the Harley Quinn cartoon. I'm here for Leslee rambling. You know, if you ever want to listen to me ramble, that's basically all Comfort Sickle is. So Comfort Sickle will be back on Tuesday. Wes is playing games tomorrow. Wes is playing Chorus tomorrow. We thought it was Corvus, but it's Chorus. So, Wes will indeed be playing that game tomorrow. Oop. I hit a wrong button. Hopefully I didn't lose audio or something weird, but I hit a wrong button. So I'll talk about our sponsors real quick. So we have Kahlo. Kahlo is an energy-focused plant-based supplement company that we have partnered with that I use in my daily life. I use the Q Flex. Q Focus is to keep you focused while playing games or at work. And then Q Energy, powdered drinks, which I actually also have. They're buried somewhere in the stuff that I've packed. Give you a boost without the crash like most energy drinks. I really enjoy the taste. There's like a lime and ginger one that I really like. I'm going to put this in the chat. There's Kahlo. Be sure to use the code COMFORT for a 10% off all of your purchases. Follow that link and let them know we sent you. We also have Dice Envy if you're ever looking to grab some more dice. Fill your coffers up, then consider using our referral link for 10% off. Besides dice, they also have dice trays, dice bags, and more. Again, that code is COMFORT. And then we are now also sponsored by 1985, who are, nope, not 985. That's I need a 1 in there. Sponsored by 1985 Games. They're creators of Dungeon Craft, an affordable way to upgrade campaigns from hand-drawn maps to stunning visual worlds. Unlike any terrain solution on the market, Dungeon Craft is priced to allow any gamer to upgrade their campaign with over 1,000 cutout pieces without having to spend the equivalent of a dragon's hoard. So use our link for another 10% off. They also have battle mats, miniatures, and the new deck of stories to help you if you ever get stuck in a campaign and just want to pull a card out and kind of need a little helping hand or like a hot tip. I don't know. I'm pretty sure your sponsors are going to be mad that you mentioned them, but not in the Bane voice. Oh, yes. Well, we have our... I can't do that voice for that long. I'm going to be real. When I wore that, I have a picture of my other Bane costume. Maybe I'll post that for everyone in the Discord. I'll post my, Bane costume from the Dark Knight. I'm going to be real. It was when I was 23, so it's Sexy Bane. Because that's what you did. At that time, I was Sexy Bane for Halloween. I should probably blur my friends' faces, but then I will post a picture. I will not blur my friend's one face, because my one friend was Venom, and that was a very sick costume. Roar. Yeah, I was Sexy Bane for Halloween that year. That was the time when I made every costume sexy. So, that's what you do. And now I'm just like, what if I'm accurate? So yeah, I'll post that picture in one of the channels, and I'll, if anyone wants to see it. But yeah, so those are our sponsors. And Cure Some Sexy Cancer. Absolutely Cure Some Sexy Cancer. It's October. But yeah, I thank you all for hanging out with me. Like I said, we will be back on tomorrow. Wes is going to play chorus. No mezzanine on Sunday. Nothing on Monday just yet. We have our new schedule out on our Patreon, so you can see all the new stuff that is coming up. Tuesday, I will be back with Comfort Sickle. I believe right now, Elden Ring is still winning the poll. I haven't purchased that game yet, but you know, I'm gonna be. Also, make sure to check the Patreon to see our weekly snacks. This week, Zoe was up. Yep, Elden Ring is killing it still in the poll. So I'm going to be playing Elden Ring. Yeah, we're going to be playing Elden Ring. I don't know what kind of popsicle I'm going to make for Tuesday yet. Part of me was like, should I make a disgusting popsicle and like do fucking ash or something? Or like make squid ink? Yeah, and then Wednesday, nothing just yet. And then, or no, yeah, I don't think we start our new content yet. Cool Ranch Dorito Popsicle. Brian, if you pay me $50, I will do a Cool Ranch Dorito Popsicle. You have to tip Pin Pally right now. You have to do the tip. How about something citrusy with rings of fruit or something in it? That's not a bad idea. I was also thinking rose, because a lot of the thing has been like blood roses and stuff like that, so I was thinking maybe a rose popsicle. We'll see. I might also not have time to make a popsicle because, gonna be real, all of my supplies are buried. But I do have more popsicles on hand. Yeah, I have $50. Brian, I feel you. I also do not have $50. I just moved. Blood orange. Rob. That's brilliant. I might do that. What if I just freeze blood orange slices and eat them? I could do that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Super appreciate you. You will see me again on Bloody Mary Popsicle. I've done a Bloody Mary Popsicle, Katrina. I did a tomato and basil soup one and put vodka in it. But yeah, it's been a great time, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate you. Make sure to check out our links. Come back tomorrow to see Wes play chorus. And then come see me again to play Elden Ring on Tuesday. Appreciate you all for hanging out. Stay tuned for more cool stuff coming up. Have fun at Disney. I absolutely will. You'll see me on Tuesday anyway. I don't go to Disney until Friday. So I'll be back for Thursday for Yazeba's breakfast. I'll be back Tuesday for Comfort Sickle, Thursday for Yazeba's bed and breakfast, and then Friday I will leave for Disney World first thing in the morning. And you know, I don't know, maybe I'll post some fun pictures in the Discord. So if you want to see my trip to Disney, check the Discord. Also, yeah, go check out our Patreon where you can berate Zoe about her snacks. I believe deviled eggs were on the list, and some people are unhappy, and some people are happy about that. I fucking love deviled eggs. I think deviled eggs belong there. So cool. Everyone have a good night, and don't forget, comfort comes soon.